This is Modern Persian Food,
a culinary podcast for today's food enthusiast.
We talk about classic Persian flavors,
modern recipes,
and embracing culture and identity through food.
I'm Beata.
And I'm also Beata.
Welcome to our show. Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 147. Today, I'm joined remotely with Tabay Atkins of Tabay's Mindful Kitchen. Tabay is a 17-year-old prodigy, if you ask me. Tabay doesn't cease to amaze us. At age of 7, he was the world's youngest yoga instructor. And that was just the start. He's since opened a vegan food truck, helps run his folks' family gas station, is a certified chef and plant-based nutritionist, and a Reiki instructor. As if this weren't enough, Tabay is also a musician. He plays the piano, the tombak, the santur, and he speaks Farsi. We're so excited to hear where your inspiration comes from, how you have become so fabulous, and more about all the fantastic things that you're currently involved with. Welcome to the show. Hi, Tabay June.
Hi, Beata June. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Beata June. We're also here with the other Beata June up in San Francisco. Hi, Beata June.
Hi there, guys. How's it going?
Going good.
Good.
Tabay John, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. We want to dive into your journey, and we're just so proud of you. And I think that this is a great time to showcase your food truck. This is part of our summer series where we're featuring Persian food trucks and Persian fast food in unexpected areas. So I think this is a great way to kind of show everyone that Persian food can be definitely accessible in different ways. So I've actually been following you for several years, Tabay John. And, I felt like I kind of had a little bit of a connection because actually my parents moved to the U.S., to the San Francisco Bay Area pre-revolution. And my father was a judge in Iran, actually. But when he came to the U.S., he ended up kind of changing his career and ended up being a business owner. And he actually had a gas station, too. And so that was my Baba June. And so I was always kind of growing up in that kind of business and, helping with the banking stuff and helping from that kind of like perspective and just kind of being around and having that kind of family business. So I thought that it was really cool that like, you and your mom were participating in, I think it was your grandfather's business originally, your Baba June. So that was really sweet. And I loved that. So I'm glad to be kind of here with you and kind of chatting. We're going to be talking about food, but it's nice to kind of have that background together too.
Yeah, and I'm kind of starstruck as well because I think that you're a young man on a mission. And I'm just so impressed by everything that you're doing. And what we're looking at right now is just the perfect scene. Right now, you're in Hawaii, and I can hear the birds chirping, and it's just green and luscious behind you. Why don't you start to tell us briefly, just about your background and how you got into the vegan food truck business?
I started this whole journey when I was around 6 years old, actually. When I was 6, at that time, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. And she had to do very intensive chemotherapy. She was misdiagnosed for almost a year. And because of the intensive treatment, she couldn't walk on her own. She was very broken down physically and emotionally.
Oh, gosh.
This was before we knew about yoga or veganism or anything like that. It wasn't until after she beat cancer, when I was 7 years old, that she got into yoga for the first time. I was there the whole time while she was practicing yoga, watching the transition. Within about 2.5 months, she was able to walk on her own again. She was healthier and happier than even before she had cancer. This really inspired me to want to teach yoga and help other people heal and stay healthy the way I saw yoga help heal my mom.
So sweet.
So she started traveling the country, taking specialty trainings so she could teach yoga to kids. So she was getting lots of kids' yoga certificates. And I was with her, taking these trainings alongside her so I could learn and teach. I was always her teacher's assistant. I was never teaching my own classes because I was not 200 hours certified yet. She got her 200 hour certification right after beating cancer. When she was practicing yoga, she actually almost accidentally got into a 200-hour teacher training and then got certified. So I wasn't certified yet, but I wanted to be certified so I could start teaching my own classes. Then in summer of 2016, I was 10 years old, just finished elementary school, just finished fifth grade. It was summer break, and we were planning a big Europe trip. We love traveling. These were going to be places that I've never been before, and we were very excited. But my mom saw online that there was going to be a 200-hour Vinyasa yoga teacher training in Los Angeles, which is, I don't know, about an hour and a half with traffic drive from where we live. She knew how much I wanted to take this training and become certified. So she gave me the choice. She said, you could either go on our Europe trip like we planned and take the training some other time whenever it comes around again, or you can take this training and we'll just do Europe some other time. And without hesitation, I chose taking the training because I knew how much I wanted to start teaching and sharing this practice with others.
I love it.
My mom's 200-hour training was broken up into about 2.5 months. My 200-hour training was 16 days. So it was very intense,
Oh,
lots of information at once, long days. But I got certified. I started teaching my own classes when I was 10 years old and actually became the youngest certified yoga teacher in the world at 10.
Wow.
so cool.
That's so cool. Good for you.
Thank you.
So then how did kind of like food and veganism and like Persian food, how did that come into your path?
So my mom loves to cook. She's been cooking since she was just a little kid. And she's taught me everything she knows. So she went to Le Cordon Bleu about 23 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. And your mom is Persian?
Yeah, she's Persian.
Okay, gotcha.
She was always, as a kid, following her mom and her grandma around in the kitchen, taking notes, learning everything that they were making, how to do it, which was hard because when they're making their Persian recipes, there's no measurements. It's just, enga, this much.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Imgad. Okay.
But she learned how to cook. She's been cooking since she was little. And since I was little, she's taught me how to cook, and I've always been in the kitchen with her. Then later into our yoga journey, we learned about veganism. I always say that if you practice yoga, if yoga is a part of your life, then you're going to hear about veganism, whether you like it or not. It's just up to you whether you decide to go vegan or not. So we were definitely hearing about it and eventually decided maybe this is the right way to go. Let's try being vegan. We went vegan, and a lot of people think when you go vegan, it's going to be hard to get the foods you love, which may have been true at some point in time, but now that's not the case. It's as easy as ever to be vegan. So we were just experimenting with how to turn our favorite recipes vegan, which was very easy. You just substitute whatever meat, dairy, or eggs, whatever animal products were in the recipe with plant-based sources, which you could find from the store or make yourself.
There's so many reasons that people choose to eat vegan. And I was just wondering, is it sort of for the health reason? You mentioned that when you do yoga, you hear about going vegan or eating vegan or having a vegan lifestyle. But I guess personally, what does it mean to you?
So my mom and I originally went vegan for health reasons. We wanted to be healthy, live healthier. And then eventually, it's all a journey. As we were vegan longer and learned more, did more research, we learned about how much better it is for the animals, for obvious reasons because you're not eating them, but also less obvious reasons of deforestation, diversity loss, climate change, really how much it positively impacts our health, the animals, and the planet, and the reverse for not being vegan. With yoga specifically, yoga's values are so deeply rooted in ahimsa, which means nonviolence. And by being vegan, you're really just enhancing your yoga lifestyle, really living fully the values that we hear about so often in yoga, about not harming the animals, not harming the planet, not harming yourself by eating foods that lead to disease. You're just eating foods that nourish your body. So learning this, it's all been a journey. We learn more and more every day. And when we went vegan, we wanted to inspire people to make the switch to a plant-based diet, but make it where it's easier for them. We wanted to make the transition as easy as possible. So I started teaching cooking classes. I started making cooking videos, teaching people how to make vegan food on my Instagram, for example. And this was way before the food truck, but this is how it started, with just teaching cooking classes, doing cooking videos, cooking demos. But the idea was to maybe sometime in the future open up some sort of eating establishment. And we got very close to doing so last time we lived in Hawaii. And we almost bought a food truck while we were here. There's this vegan food truck that we always ate at when we were here on the island, because there's not very many vegan options here, surprisingly. We were eating at this vegan food truck, and then we saw on Facebook one morning that it's for sale. So we immediately called the owner and said, "We want to buy your food truck." He said, "I just sold it. I just sold it right now."
Oh,
Which we thought, oh man, that stinks. We were so close. But really, it worked out for the best, because if we got that food truck when we did, we would be, it sounds funny, we would have been stuck here in Hawaii.
Stuck
Wouldn't
in
be able to
heaven.
go, exactly. We wouldn't be able to go back to California. And because very soon after that time, it was when we took over my grandpa's gas station. And now I have a food truck that I was able to build and design myself and just have it
Hmm.
exactly the way I want it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the truck is all custom made.
yeah, yeah, perfect.
Hey, friends, just wanted to ask you a quick favor.
If you would like to join on to our mailing list, there's 3 ways that you can do that. You can either go to our website, modernpersianfood.com. You can scroll down in the show notes in whatever app you're using to listen to this podcast, and there is a button that you can click to sign up for the newsletter. Or on Instagram, we have it in our bio, direct links that you can sign up.
Sign up and don't skip a beat.
In your cooking classes, were you featuring Persian recipes at all?
Yes, lots of Persian recipes. I was doing Persian cooking classes. Occasionally, I would go to people's houses and make a big spread of Persian food for their parties. Actually, I did that once here in Hawaii for my mom's, I think it was her 7-year, no, yeah, her 7-year cancer-free anniversary and 40th birthday, which is all in the same week. We
Wow.
threw a big party here, and we had these chafing dishes, and I had big chafing dishes full of horma sabzi and lubia polo and berenge, all sorts of delicious Persian foods that people here on the island knew nothing about, and they're so shocked with, wow, this is really amazing. And my Babajin was with us, and he said, wow, this tastes delicious. I know it's vegan, there's no meat or dairy in it, but this is amazing. Tastes just like what I grew up eating.
Wow.
So we decided that we wanted to have a food truck. I said, let's try it, let's see. And it was almost theoretical, really, what we were saying. And somehow we managed to slip from theoretical to, wow, it's actually happening.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah, things start falling into place.
Yeah, exactly.
And this all happened, the food truck and the dream, about almost a year ago. Is that right?
At the start of it was a little over a year ago, actually, because it took about a year for the food truck to be built before we opened it. We were talking with builders. We were saying, okay, this is what we want. We know what we want to have on the menu, so we need this appliance, this appliance, this appliance. We want it to be really big. So the food truck is actually 36 feet long.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's big.
is that big for a food truck?
That's very big. It's bigger than your average food truck. You don't see really any food trucks that large. Also, if you go one size bigger, you'll need a Class B license. You'll need a special license to drive it.
Oh,
This is as big as it can get without having to have a special license.
Okay, and just geographically, because you're back and forth, now we're talking about your food truck is in Orange County and Dana Point.
Orange County, yes, Dana Point, which is where my Bubba June's gas station is. He retired a couple years ago, and my Mama June and I took over the station. We've been carrying on his legacy. This is what he's done since he moved here, which was also pre-revolution, like you said. He's been in the business for over 50 years, been, top performer through the whole company, and we're very grateful to be able to continue this legacy for him while he retires.
Oh, so nice. And is that where you keep this huge food truck, at the gas station?
Not storage wise, but in between events, that's where we are open. And right now, because we've been so busy with catering and events, we're almost only open like the day or a couple of days before an event, because that's when we're prepping. We go to the gas station, we're prepping, making all the food, getting all the ingredients ready, and we're open while we're there.
So tell us some of the foods that we can kind of expect. I haven't been lucky enough to sample any of your food. So tell me what can I expect if I come down to Dana Point and stop by the food truck? What kind of vegan foods are you serving?
Well, you can expect everything at the food truck.
Yay!
It's really not your average food truck. Our menu is anything but limited. We have over 40 menu items,
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
which is a lot, not just for a food truck, but really any restaurant.
Yeah.
40 plus menu items, American food, Mexican food, Persian food. So many things to choose from, all 100% plant based, 100% delicious. And the whole idea behind the food truck, the whole mission was to bring people vegan versions of fast food favorites, comfort food classics, the foods that they know and love, but turn it vegan. So people know that they can have their favorite vegan foods. They can have their favorite foods when they're vegan, which has really shown to work when I opened the food truck. We have burgers, so many different kinds of burgers, regular cheeseburger, a Big Stack, which is our version of McDonald's Big Mac. We have our version of a Western bacon cheeseburger. We have a chili cheeseburger, Maui burger, and a new one, which is also it's like a American food turned Persian, which I actually just shared on my social media recently, is our kebab burger.
Yes.
It's the first of its kind, very unique.
That looks so good. I saw your video on that. Tell us about the kebab burger.
The kebab burger is the first of its kind. It's a very unique burger. So we had what we call the Persian platter on our menu. And this was a big plate of basmati rice with 2 skewers of kebab, which we make ourselves. Of course, vegan kebab that we make ourselves. We have a kebab grill inside the food truck.
Oh my gosh.
So like I was saying, we custom designed everything. All the appliances are in there based on what we wanted to have in the food truck. And it's all brand new too. The kebab Persian platter is kebab, rice, tomato, onion, somak. It's delicious. And I thought, with the kebab, I was thinking, it'd be cool if I turned this kebab into a burger and replace all the normal burger ingredients with Persian ingredients to give it more of a flavor,
I love it.
very unique Persian flavor profile. So we use khiyar shur, we use goji, we use Persian pickles, tomato, onion, Persian cucumber, and a Persian secret sauce with the kebab meat turned into a patty.
Yum.
And it's really delicious. It's my favorite burger on the menu, but it's all of our customers' favorite burger. We get lots of customers who are not Persian, and they love that's the favorite burger. Some of them get a double patty.
Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try that Persian burger.
Oh, it's a really good burger. And all of our Persian friends, family, customers, they try the burger and they love it, which is really great. I love when Iranians love my Persian food because they know Persian food, of course. But to have my vegan version and love it just as much, sometimes even more than everything that they've already had not vegan, is really great compliment.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment.
I love how you're kind of sneaky about keeping the vegan part to yourself, sort of. Like it's not in the title of your business. I don't think it's like splayed across the truck or anything. So tell us about that strategy.
So yeah, I call it the undercover vegan strategy.
Okay.
The truck doesn't look like a vegan truck. I mean, it doesn't say vegan, vegan, vegan everywhere. Of course, it says vegan on the truck, but very small, not small letters, quite large, but the truck is so big and there's pictures of the food everywhere that anything else seems small. So anyways, on all the front, back, side, and side of the truck, it says vegan. And if you are vegan, you'll have an idea and you'll do your research to know, I think this is a vegan food truck just by the whole mindful kitchen. But the truck has pictures all over the side, so we designed the wrap as well. While the truck was being built, we made various menu items that we're going to serve and took pictures of it and put those pictures on the side of the truck. So the whole truck, the truck is basically the menu. There's burgers and tacos and chicken sandwiches all over the truck, everything that we offer. Big pictures, which we actually made and took ourselves.
Oh, great.
Of our food.
Oh, cool.
But people see it and they come up to the food truck. They don't want to come to get vegan food. They just came because they wanted a chicken sandwich or a burger or a taco. So they eat their food and they're saying how much they love it. I have a general rule where I wait for them to compliment the food 5 times before I tell them it's vegan.
Oh my goodness.
That way there's no going back for them.
Right. There's no question about it. They like it.
Exactly. They can't do the old trick of, oh, I could tell.
Uh-huh.
It tastes healthy. The quote unquote, this tastes healthy, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, oh, I could tell it was vegan. I knew something was off. But no, I tell them it's vegan. It's really, I didn't even know. Wow, I can't even tell. That was one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like people come and they get their food not knowing it's vegan when they order it, not knowing it's vegan when they're eating it until I tell them. And sometimes even then they're in disbelief.
That's crazy. Sounds delicious. Well, I love it. This has been really interesting. It's really kind of empowering to hear your journey and to show that even, you didn't let barriers such as age or anything like that kind of get in your way. And as Beata said, it seems like you're someone with a mission. So it's great to kind of see that and kind of learn a little bit more about you, and we'll continue to follow your journey. Can you tell our listeners where they can find you, where they can follow you and learn more about you?
Yeah, for sure. You can find me on my Instagram, which is at Tabay Atkins, my first and last name. That's my Instagram page where I post about everything. But the food truck Instagram page is Tabay's Mindful Kitchen, the name of the food truck. And that's where you can find all of their food truck information. Our website for the food truck is tabaysmindfulkitchen.com, where you can find our calendar. This has been really helpful because the internet doesn't do a good job of tracking us for our schedule. Since we're a food truck,
Sure.
they don't know how to do that. So our calendar is on our website. So you can see where we are for the month, when we're at the gas station, when we're at public events. Of course, we don't show up for the private events, but you can find us there. The address and all information will be posted on the website. And on our Instagram, you can just send us a message if you want to find out more about the truck or want to book us. We do catering and events for all sorts of things, anywhere from San Diego to Orange County, Los Angeles, and Riverside, San Bernardino. We go everywhere.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's a great option for people who want to bring Persian food to an event that they're having, and even better for it to be vegan for people who are being more mindful of what they're eating. So that's perfect.
Exactly. It gives you options for all of your guests as well as you, because you can eat it too. You'll enjoy it just as much as the regular food you always eat.
Perfect.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tabay Jun. We really enjoyed the conversation.
Me too.
Yeah, and this actually concludes our summer series on Persian food trucks and getting Persian fast food in unexpected ways. And for everyone who's listening, we can stay tuned. We have another series starting up next week where we're going to be featuring some up-and-coming Persian cookbook authors. So more to come on that next week. Okay, until next time, thank you so much for listening.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You've been listening to the Modern Persian Food Podcast with Beata and Beata. Thanks for spending time with us. If you've enjoyed what you heard today, consider telling a friend or giving us a good rating. You can subscribe to our show for free on your favorite podcasting app or find us online at modernpersianfood.com or on Instagram for the recipes and information we talked about today. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and see you next time.